guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today is Friday Freebie Day, 224 we are on now. Now this one was supposed to have been last week's Friday Freebie, but if you have read my little messages on YouTube and also on the Facebook group, you know that I've had major problems with my laptop and I've not been able to I've not been able to edit any videos. So my laptop has decided to give up on me, but I let it sit for a few days. I did panic because financially I cannot afford to buy a new laptop, and I spent my time doing in the garden because I was like, couldn't do anything else. I couldn't even craft. I was just trying to wonder what we would be able to do. So I did have a little bit of a panic. And then after a few days, I decided to just, we've got to try and get this sorted. So I turned it back on again. It just sort of like went blank. So it has been reset to factory settings. And this is the first video that I'm going to try and edit. So fingers crossed, guys, that you're going to be watching this. It's lost everything else. We've got factory settings back on it. So let's just hope so. And it's a bit of a panic when this is your job. Basically, this is my job and this is how I sort of like make money. And not have that is a little bit of a panic. So I am back. I'm probably not as bubbly as I normally am because it was a bit stressful. So let's just see how we go. Anyway, that's all done. So let's see. So this was supposed to be for last week. Now, I did give the Ko-fis this lovely sheet from last week, which I just adore. I love, love, love this. And it was to go with this one, because this is our Friday freebie. And this one here, this is for the Friday freebie, and this was the Ko-fi one. So those two sort of like go together. But it's lovely. This is like a little fold-up envelope, and then we've got some pockets. These are to go into the little pockets. So it's quite sort of like simple, but it's sort of like nice and shabby as well. And then we've got this one for the Ko-fis, which is just beautiful. And again, like I said, this was last week's Ko-fi page because it was going to be printed on the back of this one, which I have done, and it's beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to pop these to the side, and on this one I have just printed one of my grungy papers on like that. So the other thing before I get into that, let me just show you. I do have a little kit that I was supposed to show you last week as well, but it didn't happen, so I'm just going to give you a quick flip through of that. But these are the little envelopes, and aren't they just beautiful? Love them. So this is the Friday freebie one. I popped a little bow on there. I popped a little Velcro fastener on there as well. So what it does, it opens up like that, and we've got little secrets on there. Oh, that's what I meant to show you. So this one's got secrets on there, and this one has little. And on this one has magical moments, which I think is lovely. So this has little secrets, and then this is your little journaling cards on there that pop in there, which is great. So this would be lovely, and it will go with the tall journal papers as well. They're the same sort of eclectic style. And this was the Ko-fis. I managed to make a little paper clip out of the little leftover bits on this one, but I still popped a little Velcro fastener on there as well. And you see this is the paper that was printed on the back. So we've got magical moments, and I just think that's lovely. So we've got little journal cards that sit in there, but again, you can use these however you like. You could probably even sort of like cut them up and make little extra different bits, little pockets in your journals as well. So, but I think they are so lovely and pretty simple to make as well. Now I'm going to just give you a quick flip through of these. Now these are called the vintage portrait paintings. Now I'm loving these. Now I did have a play with these yesterday because I was sort of like making some stuff to go in the shop. That was my panic thing. I was sort of like making stuff, thinking maybe I could sell some stuff. So yeah, I've been so stressed. It's just been ridiculous. So you know, forgive me if I'm in a bit sound a little stressed today. But these are beautiful. I am absolutely loving these. They're sort of like the vintage portraits, and they are just beautiful. They are really, really lovely. So we've got them in little squares and little rectangles. We've got bigger ones and smaller ones. And these are the ones that I'm loving. The little ovals. Look at these lovely oval picture frames. They are just gorgeous. Loving them. Look at that one. I think that's just beautiful. So yeah, I have been making a few bits and pieces. So maybe if I can, I will do a video over the weekend. I'll try and get a shabby Saturday video done as well, and we shall see how this video goes and whether I can edit it or not, and whether you'll be able to be seeing this or not. So we shall see. But loving them. I think there's like about 18 pages in different sort of sizes, but let's just give you a quick flip through. And these are great for making little clusters, aren't they? Because although they've got the frame, you could cut out this little bit as well and make little clusters. So there's all sorts of things you can do, but I just love them. These pretty flowers, lovely, lovely roses. I did have such fun making these. And then I've got 4 bigger ones, because I thought these would make, oops, that one's upside down. These would make beautiful page toppers, not page toppers, journal toppers. Aren't they lovely? So there's a quick flip through of those. So they are in the shop now. So I've showed you these, haven't I? See, I'm all over the place. Now I've cut both of them out because I thought maybe we could make both of them. So I've clipped that off. So what we've got, you've got 4 little panels here. So I have scored them. I just scored it a little bit. Now I just need to just give it a little bit of an ink up. Now I've got my piece of paper, and I'm just going to go around the edges. Now I used to ink like this in the very beginning, and then what I did, I started doing this, and I don't know why, because this way is so much quicker and so much easier. So I don't know why I stopped doing that, but we'll see. But I'm loving this. So I have been doing a bit of crafting over the last couple of days. I have done gardening as well. I don't know what you guys do when you get a little bit stressed. 'Cause I'm not a stressed person. I am pretty easygoing. But I think because it was, you know, job related like this, I know this is the way my income comes in, through this and through Etsy. Once it's taken away, I was like, wow, what am I going to do? Because, you know, I know I can't afford to buy a laptop at the moment at all. So it was just a panic. So let's, fingers crossed, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed that my computer will last a little bit longer. And then I'm going to not have to buy anything for a few months to save up to buy a computer, because I'm not going to go through this again. Not at all. So a big thank you to everybody that bought some bits and pieces in the sale, in the Etsy sale that we had last week as well. So I really do appreciate that. So anyway, I don't want to be miserable. I don't like to be miserable in my videos. I like to be happy, because that's what you're here for. A little bit of happiness, aren't you? A little bit of crafting. So let's just quickly ink these up. So I hope you guys have had a nice week, and you haven't had any sort of problems at all. Must say, the sun's come out. That's a nice thing. That's why I was gardening. We have lovely sunshine. Andy's friends have been over as well. 2 lots of friends have actually been over. So we've been out to dinner with them. So that's been really, really nice. So that's taken my mind off things as well. So that was fun. So there we go. A bit of inking, a little bit of gassing. Let's pop these to the side. These can go over there. I'll do that one in a moment. I have a little bows as well, and some little what are they called, roses, to embellish with. So this is, like I said, they've got 4 panels. This is your little flap over from the top. This is your little, like that. And then this comes up, and this bottom bit folds up, and that's what makes the first little pocket. So that's your first little pocket, and then it folds up like that, and then it folds back down. So you've got the envelope, and again, it's not, you don't seal it up because it's a little open up like that. And then we've got this little one which says, and then we've got little secrets there, and that just sits on there to make the pocket. Missed a little bit there. There we go. So loving it. So simple and so pretty, isn't it? So I'm going to add just a little dab of glue on this little bit, like that. Oopsie daisy. Push that up and stick that down, like that. And then on this little one, just going to dab a little bit of glue. Still getting used to this big glue pot. I think I might have to just pop a little bit into my little one, but the whole point is it sits upside down, but I keep forgetting to put it upside down, so it sort of defeats the object, doesn't it? Oh, and I also had to go to the dentist this morning. It's just not been my week or 2 weeks, because at the weekend I chomped on something really hard, and I didn't actually do anything to my tooth, but when I went to the dentist this morning, he said to me I had bruised the bone of my jaw. So that, I think, he said to me, have you been stressed? Oh, I was like, well, yeah, just a little bit. Obviously, as I was eating, as I ate, because I had, I was eating some meat. I don't eat a huge amount of meat, and I must have chewed it in a wrong, my jaw sort of like slipped or something, he said. It probably slipped, and I chewed on it in a funny angle, and God, I nearly hit the roof, and it really made my jaw hurt for days. But I didn't have anything done. He said there's nothing he can do. It will sort of like mend itself. So there we go. Look at that. How simple is that? So yes, so I had to the dentist this morning, but he just sort of like filed a bit of my tooth, my back tooth down, just so I didn't crunch it so hard on there. So all good. So that's that. So guys, I've been having a bit of a tough time at the moment, but let's hope it all works out in the end. Well, I'm going to take one of my little velcro-y things, little stickies. I'm going to stick that on there. Now again, you don't have to have, if you don't have these little velcro thingies, you can get a little bit, just a normal paper clip and clip it together. On this one, I just made a little hidden paper clip like that, which is lovely. I've done lots and lots of those before, and that just clips on there, so you can hold it together, or you can just get, oops, let's just get a little paper clip. Just a minute, you can just get a paper clip and pop that on and dangle something off the side as well. So, you know, fasten it how you like, but I quite like little velcros. I like my little velcro fasteners. They are lovely. So I'm going to do this one as well, because I do like these. Love the papers, absolutely love the papers, which are beautiful. Now I'm going to start, hopefully, back on to my journal again, my wardrobe, shabby wardrobe journal. I haven't done anything to it, so you haven't missed anything, but I will get back onto that. So these are just fold up. You've got little sections here, so you know where to score or just where to fold. It's really simple. I suppose you could have it up like that. It does fit that way, like that. So if you didn't want to have the pockets in there. You could, you know, stick down the sides and have it as an envelope like that. And then maybe you could probably put something, a little pocket on the front like that, couldn't you? So, you know, it's up to you how you do it, or just cut that off completely. You don't have to have it on there. Lots of different ways, lots of different options to do it. So let's just pop a little bit of glue on there, a little bit of glue down here, and then we'll just stick that down. Oopsie daisy. Pop this on here. Oh, I popped, I don't know whether you saw it in the Facebook group. Can't remember, it might have been on Thursday, yesterday. Lorette Chandler, she's got a lovely channel. She does some beautiful work. She just started doing the tool journal with my papers. There's the tool journal papers, and she's making a lovely job of that. Oh, it's beautiful. So I've linked the videos in the group, the Happiness and Crafting group, so do pop along and have a look at that. I put the link to two of her videos. She hasn't done the last one yet. She did say there was probably going to be 3 videos. So do have a look at that and watch out for the last one, because she's doing a lovely job of that. So there we go, look at that. How simple is that? So that says magical moments. We all need a few little magical moments to make our lives a little bit easier, don't we? Wouldn't that be nice? So there we go, loving that, absolutely loving it. Now I'm going to just decorate these. I'm going to pop another little one of these on here. I bought these little thingy-majiggies, these little Velcro dots, a long time ago, and they have lasted and lasted for ages. There we go. Love it. So that's those two. Oops. Scoodly doots over there. Let's pop that up the right way. I did have a little bit of a tidy up of my room as well. Because when I get a little bit stressed, I do tend to tidy. And I spent a whole day shifting all my stuff around. And hopefully I won't lose anything or be looking for something. Look at that. Isn't that just pretty? This was made with my little bow maker, which is here. So I did have a video on my little bow maker, which is fabulous. One of my little favourite things at the moment. I have got a little box of bits and pieces in here. I just made a green bow. I didn't make any other bow. I was going to put a little bit of lace on here. Should we have a little bit of lace? Got a little bit of this one to go on here. This is lovely cotton, which I don't know whether I coloured it with a little bit of pink. It's got a pink tint to it, so I've coloured that with something or other. I can't honestly remember now. Shall I make? I could do a little. I'm going to make a little pink bow. Should we get our little bow maker out? If you missed my little bow making video, I think it was one of my Shabby Saturday videos. I don't know whether you can see this, but it's sort of like that. You've all probably... I'm really late to the game on these. These have been going for years and years and years. But I'm just loving it now. I have actually found it. So I'm just going to wrap those around the little pole. I'm going to twist it like that. Well, not twist it, just go in. I think that's going to be too short. Let's start again. So around it, and then I'm just going to go over the top. That goes underneath, back over, and then we just tie a little knot in there. I'll link the video down where I make these properly. And look at that. Oh, we got a little bow. Look at that. Just love them. Super simple. And we've got a little double bow. Let's pop that to the side. Let's just get my scissors, snip these little bits off. And then this then can just sit on there like that. Now I've got, I do actually have my glue gun on. Not that my wire is going to reach. There we go. Little bit of glue on the back. And I'm going to just stick that on there like that. And do the same with the green one. A little bit of ink on there. Oh gosh. Oh, that's alright. I'm just checking my camera's working because my camera was a bit temperamental as well. I'm not very good at the moment with things. Things aren't working for me very well, aren't they? Right, shall we put the white? Oh, I'm going to put the white on this one, I think. A little bit of white lace onto there. Just like that. Super pretty. And I'm going to use that with just a little bit of 3-in-1. Just a little bit. Because sometimes the glue gun can make things a little bit heavy, I find. If we use too much glue gun glue, it makes things a little bit bulky and heavier. Oops, let's do it like that. There we go. That's nice and pretty. I suppose you could probably put a little bit on the inside if you wanted to, couldn't you? You could decorate these little cards with a little bit of lace on there. And that might be quite nice. Just a little bit of lace. Do you know what I mean? Just to add in there. I think I will. I think I will do that. Do they go up a certain way? I think that's probably about right. A little bit. A little bit of this. There we go. You don't want anything too sort of bulky in there. But something nice and sort of flat. There we go. Whoops. Lovely, lovely. There we go. Okay, so that's those two to go in there. So that one can go in there. That one can go in there. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then this can just fold up. And that's nice and flat to go into your journals or just send off if you're a person that sends happy mail. You can do that as well. Nice little one for happy mail. I think I will put that. Which way round? I never know which way round this lace goes. Does it really matter? I don't think so. I think I'm going to do it so the thicker bits at the top so it will stick. But then we've got little ridgy bits on there, so maybe not. Oh, I don't think it really matters, does it? Not really. Let's pop that down. Let's do it this way. Stick that down. There we go. Stick just a little bit more on here. Like that. Perfect. Perfect. I think this one might be a little bit thick for the inside ones. Turn it around. That's lovely. I do like that. What can we put on? I might actually just put this one on there. Because I think this is just doesn't really go. I like this one. Unless I have a different one. I've got this little one. This is a different one. Look at all my threads everywhere. This is just a basket where I just throw in all my little bits. This is what I got all bits that I found around my room, which I haven't gone through. I've got lots of things to go through still. We do tend to collect lots. Which way round do you think that goes? Like that? Like that? Or like that? There we go. We shall have it like this. Let's pop a little bit on here. Stick that on. Just needs that like little delicate sort of touch on these, doesn't it? Snip that off. Oops. Good. So one. Pop this one down. And then we have this one. Perfect. Lovely. Oops, I got glue on my finger. Snip that. Notice these, look, can you see where I've worn it all away? They are falling apart. This is how much I've used them. I think these are pretty old now. Can't actually remember, but well used they are. Yes, I did notice I think it's sort of like the rubber, it sort of like deteriorates. I don't know why, but it's all coming off. But they're going to have to stay like that, I think, for now. Okay, guys, look at that. That's so pretty. They're very, very shabby, aren't they? And very, very pretty. So look at that. Looks lovely, I think. So another little one to add to your stash, or if you're making anything, little eclectic journals. They are perfect. Again, don't forget, if you print on the back with some pattern paper, you will have some sort of like leftovers. This is the bits that I had left over, and that's why I made the little paper clip. So keep those, because they make all sorts of little bits and pieces, add-ons. So there we go, guys. That is your Friday freebie. So do pop over to the Facebook page, because this is what's in there. You'll probably have a few freebies from previous weeks in there as well. But this is what you'll get. Links are under the video. This was last week's for Ko-fi, and this is this week's for Ko-fi as well. So if you're a Ko-fi, a monthly or one-off supporter, pop over and print this one off as well. So there we go, guys. And then we also have this digital kit in the Etsy shop, but I'll link that underneath the video as well. So there we go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, a lovely rest of the day. So do take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.